Hey everybody, I'm back with another videos. Yay, I'm back. Alright, so it's time for the worst for the best. However, with that being said, I want to say this. I really did not have like a worst to best, like all the books. There was like one or two books that were not good, and then it goes up to good. So yeah, so this time around, however, this is just going to be the level that I really enjoyed this book and all that. So here it goes. So if you see me looking through books, it's because I'm finding the one I'm looking for. All right. So we're going to start off with my least favorite one was the Nancy Drew Files Hit and Run Holiday. This is number 5. I'm going to say that it isn't that I did not like this book. I did like this book a lot. Um, One of the things that people have to understand about these much older books is a lot of the stuff that they talk about in these books you could not write about today. So you could not. This book came out, I believe, in the 80s. So a lot of the wording is very different and everything. But overall, I did like this book. Just not a couple things about it. I don't remember what the couple things were. But I will mark this as, yes, I did like this book. I thought this book was well written, but there was a couple things in it I did not like. Alright. Then we will go to this one, Tellin' a Tabby by Laurie Cass. This is the second installment in the Catmobile mystery series. Once again, Laurie Cass does a really great job with writing her books, and I know I probably mentioned this before, but I do actually have the third book. I also have the third book on Audible. So yeah, so when I get to that book and all that, I will read it, not read it. I will listen to it on Audible, but I will also read it as a physical book. But this is basically this painter gets wrongfully accused of murder, and um, and um, uh, Minnie and her cat has to solve the murder, solve the mystery. I'm going to say something about this about this book. Everyone loves the cat. Everyone needs their cat fix. So it's hilarious, and I enjoyed it. The next one is Murder, She Wrote, which is the second book in the Cat Cafe mystery series by Kate Conte. Another great book. I highly enjoyed it, and it was an enjoyable read, and I just enjoyed diving back into this world that she created and all the quirky characters that are in it. And it also proves that money cannot buy your continued existence on this planet. So yeah. Then I have Goosebumps, Slappy World, Slappy Birthday to You. So I will say I did like this book. And I will be absolutely honest, I don't go out seeking changes and edits of original work. I don't spend my life buying a book and go, okay, where did they change the wording? Where did they change the wording? I just don't do that. That is not what I do. That is not my job as a reader. My job as a reader is not to try to see where they made corrections. So, this is written by R.L. Stine. This is the first book in the Slappy World series. I do actually have the second book, Attack of the Jack. Um, and I did enjoy it. I always like books that, like, I'm like, when I read Night Living Dummy, which is supposed to be the reader's first introduction to Slappy, which isn't necessarily true because generally children have read the other books that have Slappy in it, which is why I was really happy to get Night Living Dummy, because that is actually the first appearance of Slappy the Dummy, who is probably the most terrifying creation of R.L. Stine. So in this one, it's this kid's birthday, and he's gifted Slappy, and the family has no idea, basically, what they're getting into. And of course, just like any other book that has Slappy doing things, the adults don't believe their son, thinks their son is acting out and all that stuff, until towards the very end when they realize that, oh yeah, my kid was telling the truth. I thought the ending was a little weird, but I guess, that's R.L. Stine. He's a weird person. He's going to go down in history as the weird person. But yeah, it was just a pretty good book. Then the next one is the Nancy Drew Diaries, Once Upon a Thrill, and I was wrong. This is actually book 4, not book 5. And this took me some time to get my hands on this book because I actually had to buy this book from, I think from a seller. I'm not exactly sure. But this is just basically, you have Nancy trying to solve this case that feels like her favorite author's mystery series. Overall enjoyed it. It's a lot better than some of the other reiterations of Nancy. I will not talk about Nancy going to college. We don't talk about that particular series. But yeah. Then we have The Clue in the Diary by Caroline King. This is number 7 of the original Nancy Drew mystery, the one that was first edited for removal of racial and ethnic slurs. And this is basically about, Nancy finds this diary that she finds outside this burning house, and she is following where it leads, and I just enjoyed it a lot. Definitely, I feel like the books are definitely getting a lot better as it goes along. I won't really be able to verify if that's actually true until I have read all of them, but this was a good book. I also want to let people know that April I will be purchasing some more Nancy Drew books. I purchase Nancy Drew books 4 times a year, and this is all the series that I'm currently reading, so just to let you guys know. Alright, so this another one is Spells and Scones by Bailey Cates. This is the 6th book in the series. This was a lot better than the 5th book in the series, and I did have my issues with that one. But overall, I just enjoyed it. It was very enjoyable and a lot better than the 5th one. Then we got Pause and Effect, which is the 8th book in the series. So, I will say I do have all of the Magical Kitties mysteries. I know there's one coming out this year. But anyways, so this is Sophie Kelly, and this is basically about, Oh yeah, now I get it. I just had a jog on my brain for a moment. This is about Marcus's friend who gets killed, and the police believe that Marcus killed his friend. And of course, we all know that's not true because Marcus is not a killer, and he would not appear in future books if he was. So his girlfriend and the kiddies have to figure out what is going on. I really like this series a lot. Because there's something special about Owen and Hercules, and they don't really overly emphasize that in this series, but it gets hinted every now and then as you move along. But overall, just enjoyed this book. This series has never let me down, and I have found this series to be so enjoyable and so wonderful. Then we have Holiday Grind by Cleo Cole. This is the this is the 8th book in the series, and this is actually the first of two hardcovers that I have. The other one is Bulletproof Barista. I was only able to get Holiday Grind in hardback, which I really kind of wanted to stick to the whole paperback thing because this book is a couple of years old. And this is my first Christmas-themed coffee house mystery that I've read. And basically, this Santa, he goes around and he basically makes people happy. They're like down on their luck. They're poor and all that type of stuff. They're needy. He ends up dead. His money is taken. And we find out that the killer is surprisingly somebody that was popular and well-liked and all that, and he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He was also scouted as the wrong Santa, meaning that the actual target was not the one that died. Overall, just enjoyed this book a lot. Cleo Cole has never, ever, ever let me down on how good her books are. And I'm hoping one day to be just as popular as she is. Now, the last one and the best one was Cress by Marissa Meyer. This is the 3rd book in the Lunar Saga. And this is basically Rapunzel. And she has her tower is a satellite station, and she has to spy on people down below and all that type of stuff, and she ends up back on Earth the hard way, and she joins the group that's trying to overthrow this fake queen. Fake queen meaning that she's not supposed to be on the throne. But this is a mammoth book. I don't even remember how many chapters was in this book, but this is another great book by Marissa Meyer. And I do plan on to buy the 4th book. I am going to be going over to Barnes & Noble this summer to, I gotta fix my membership thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna say this is actually the best out of all of them. And yeah. So, Coffee House got overthrown by Cress. So, yeah. So that is that's what I read, and surprisingly, I was really shocked that this time around I really did not have books that I really did not like. So yeah. So I will see you guys around. Bye.